I'm back with my wifey.
I'm here.
You're just going to be in all of them now.
Okay.
Yes. Got her. Oh, what are we talking about today?
So we are on pillar number 3
Mm-hmm.
of emotional intelligence.
Yes.
Which is self-motivation.
Yeah, girl. So as a reminder, number 1 was self-awareness. Number 2, self-regulation. And now number 3, pillar 3, self-motivation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You can tell us all the things.
Okay. So I've had this like love-hate relationship with how people talk about motivation for a little while. And you and I have talked about this.
Yeah.
So my problem with the way that people talk about motivation is that it's lacking a lot of other details and how nuanced motivation is. And also at its core, it's pretty basic because to me, anyway, motivation just means whether you feel like doing it or not.
Yeah.
So that's it. Like, that's just what, so do
Simple,
I feel,
really.
It is.
Yeah.
Do I feel like doing it? But when people talk about motivation, especially my students, right? So this came out of the fact that I teach my students emotional intelligence,
right.
And they are 9th graders. So a lot of them are 14, 15, maybe even some 13-year-olds.
Which is crazy. I wish I learned self-motivation at that age.
Same.
Or even senior year, like anytime ever in life.
Any time in my 20s,
Yeah.
right? Like,
yeah,
that
So
would have been helpful.
Freshmen in high school are getting this is she's about to change the world. Guys.
Only at our school. Shout out. So my students oftentimes will just say, well, I don't have any motivation. And, same. Like, nobody is motivated 100% of the time.
Yeah.
It's not a thing.
Yeah.
Most people, I would say, are less than 70% of the time. I have no research to back that up, but like less than 70% of the time are people motivated. Especially adults, like working people,
Sure.
full-time job, bills
Sure.
to pay.
Yeah.
Like, do I feel like paying rent? No. Do I feel like vacuuming this floor? No. But I do it because.
Yeah.
And so that part of motivation is what I think people don't talk about.
Sure.
And that's why I think there's a little bit of a misunderstanding of how motivation plays a role in each of our lives.
So I have a little cheat sheet here for questions that I want to ask ChatGPT. Thank you.
And she's like a talk show host, right?
Yeah.
Like talk show hosts have their card. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but
not a celebrity, but it's fine.
No desire. So, how would you explain the connection between emotional intelligence and self-motivation to someone new to the idea?
So to me, that means you have to go back to the other two. So I just think they all build on each other.
The other two pillars.
The other two pillars. Yes. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. So the other two pillars. So if someone is not self-aware, and we talked about this with the self-awareness episode, if you haven't watched it, do it. But because it truly is the foundation for all of the other pillars. Mm-hmm. So if you are not an aware person, motivation is going to be even harder for you.
Sure.
If you're not an aware person, regulation is going to be even harder for you. All of the other pillars become really difficult if you do not know yourself really well. Yeah. And the thing about that is that takes time.
Sure.
In fact, we're always discovering more and more of who we are. It's never a process that is ended. It is an ongoing journey for our entire lives. Yeah. So you have to intentionally be getting to know yourself. Mm-hmm. And how do you do that? Well, in my class, I give my students daily questions, and all of them are helping them to get to know themselves.
So cool.
And so if you're not in my class, which the whole world except my students, right?
Yeah. Then
use tools around you. Honestly, I know that like a lot of people have their issues with AI and
yes.
ChatGPT in the educational world feels kind of anxiety ridden for teachers, mm-hmm. because we're like, how are we going to make sure our students are actually thinking for themselves and all that?
Yeah.
ChatGPT used as a tool correctly can be phenomenal.
Yeah.
Because in this particular case, ask ChatGPT to ask you a personal question every day. Ask ChatGPT to come up with journal prompts for you every day.
Yeah.
That's one way that you can intentionally get to know yourself. Asking yourself questions or getting something, a journal, some sort of like daily, they have a lot of cool, I have on my desk at school, it has like something for every day, like a saying, a quote.
A little calendar.
Yes.
Daily.
Yes.
Reminders and
so there's a ton of stuff out there that you're not required to spend money on. Google
is free.
Absolutely.
Everything on the internet.
Right.
But
in this case, you can find tons of journal prompts, all of that. Yeah. So to get to know yourself requires intentionality, asking yourself questions, thinking deeply about yourself, what's important to you, all of that. Mm-hmm. That is important because if you don't know that, then you're not going to know what things to access for when you're not feeling motivated. So you've got to know yourself. Yeah. Essential.
Got to know yourself.
Yeah.
So being aware.
Yes.
Knowing yourself. So let's see. What's the first step someone can take to become more emotionally aware when it comes to their drive and their goals?
So some of those questions we should be asking ourselves or getting some sort of prompt from something to ask us has to do with what's important to us.
Yeah.
What do we value? What are our goals, dreams, desires? Right? So putting some effort into that. I have a vision board that's up on my wall in my office. Yeah. And I think vision boards are a tremendous idea for people. Yeah. I was going to say there's a right way to do them. That's not true. However, there are some helpful tools that can benefit people creating those boards. Sure. One example, so a lot of people glue their stuff onto a vision board. I don't recommend that. I have a cork, what's it called? Bulletin board. Yeah, cork board, mm-hmm. Bulletin board. Yeah. And so I put my stuff on there with push pins because after I accomplish something, I take that off and I can put it back on.
Love that idea.
So I would highly recommend a vision board for everybody.
Always wanted to do one.
We should do one.
We should.
Yeah, I have one at school, but it needs some revamping. I just took some, I think I was telling you, I just took some stuff off the other day from places that we've traveled to. So I got to put new places on, right?
Yeah, I love it.
So I do highly recommend that. You can do a digital version. During COVID, my students did a digital version of a vision board. They just did like on Google Slides or PowerPoint or any system like that where you can put stuff on there. Canva would be great for it, I'm sure. So I highly recommend that. Some of my students, I also had them do 100 dreams list. So making a list of all the things that you want to accomplish, dreams, goals that you have for yourself. Yeah. So a mistake that we make when we get older is, first of all, the adults in our life stop asking us what we want to be or like what our dreams and goals are. When we're small, everyone's asking us that question, right? And then we start changing it when students get in high school, and I don't like it. Mm-hmm. Well, what are you going to do after high school? Calm down.
Right.
Okay. Right. There's adults who don't even know what they want to be when they grew up. So what's important to you? What do you value? Yeah. Those are really incredible questions to be asking yourself. And when you take the time to do a vision board, it's the reason that it works so well and why I love it is because it's requiring you to dream again. It's requiring you to create again. The things that all of us can do. And we all did it as a kid. And then we stopped doing it.
Some of the best times, best memories of childhood are doing and creating little things.
Yeah. Imagination, right? Yeah. Dreaming stuff up. Yeah. So it's important to continue to dream. It's important to continue to set goals because when you don't have the motivation, which most of the time you won't, what you can always refer back to is, but what are my goals? What do I want? Yeah. What do I dream of? Those things matter from a different place than just simply getting stuff done. Sure. Right? Yeah. I don't vacuum the floor because that is my desire. I vacuum because I want this place to feel clean. Well, why do I want this place to feel clean? Well, it's a feeling that I want to have in this room. We talked about this feeling like a home, like it feels calm and peaceful, and things being clean and organized leads to things feeling clean and peaceful.
For sure.
So doing that too. Well, why do I want this? Okay, well, why is that important? Okay, well, that there was this strategy, like 7 levels deep. I think it was called something like that. And it was like, okay, well, why do you want to do this? Okay, well, why is that important to you? And why is that important to you? So if you keep going, you're going to hit the core of why you actually really want something. And that can be the factor that makes you get up and do something when you don't feel like doing it.
Motivation.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was I going to say? Something's got to be your goal, be your purpose why you do something.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah. And that's different for everybody.
Yes, exactly.
So,
that's why everyone has to go on that journey.
Motivation for one person looks completely different than motivation for another.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Next question. How can someone use their values and emotions to find their why?
That's exactly what we were just talking about. So that's a great follow-up. So with students, I don't know if there's a question about extrinsic versus intrinsic.
I can look for one if you'd like.
No, I'll just talk about it, right? Because it falls into this.
Oh, okay.
So the reason why values matter and asking yourself what you value is because that is an intrinsic motivator. So extrinsic motivation in terms of my students would be getting a good grade.
Right.
Intrinsic motivation is making myself and the people that I love proud. Getting a good grade when I'm sitting there deciding between doing homework or getting online and playing video games with my friend, grade? No, friends. Right?
Easy.
Doing this because I want to make myself and the people I love proud?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm more likely to do it.
Yeah.
So values matter because there's depth to it. And those are the things that will make us move when we don't want to move.
I love it.
That's why values matter. And that's why taking the time, that 7 levels deep activity, taking the time to do that so that you can get to something that actually makes you feel something.
Yeah.
That will make us get up and move when we don't feel like getting up to move.
So you think the intrinsic or internal is more motivating?
Correct.
Than the external?
Yes.
Extrinsic.
Extrinsic can be motivating. It's not that it's not, but in those times where it's really, really hard, it's not gonna make us get up and move.
Yeah.
Yeah. Think about someone who wants to start working out.
Yeah.
Oh, well, going to the gym will what? I don't know. I don't even like going to the gym. So that was probably bad. That was a bad.
Question mark?
Why do people go to the gym?
That's funny.
Some people like the feeling of working out.
Sure.
I do too, but not at a gym. I just do it here at home.
Yeah.
I don't like it while I'm doing it.
Right.
I'm not like, yes, let's go inflict some pain on my... No.
Yeah.
No.
Like the results.
Right. But why the results?
Feel good after.
And why is that important to feel good?
So many.
Right.
So many reasons.
Right. So getting to those questions and getting to the depth and why something is important. Something extrinsic, like, oh, I'm going to see my muscles on my body.
Yeah.
Right. That's outward, like, oh, seeing muscles. Okay. But why is seeing muscles important to you? Well, maybe because you lack some self-esteem, or you went through something hard. And so seeing the physical representation of your hard work feels good. Oh, okay. That actually might make me get up and go to the gym. So it's getting to the why behind that initial surface level reason as to why we would do something.
Yeah.
Because that surface level reason is not always going to get us up and make us go. Oh God, I woke up at 5 to go to the gym. Oh, but muscles. Right back to snooze. Okay, but thinking about like, oh man, I remember that really hard time I went through with my health and like getting back to feeling good and feeling healthy.
Yeah.
I really want that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, now I'm getting up. So that it's so, the extrinsic stuff, it for sure has a place, but it's not going to be long lasting. It's like the difference between, short-term results and long-term results, or what I like to tell my students is like, you need to, pause short-term gratification for long-term goals and dreams and things like that.
I'm sure
right?
For children, not to cut you off.
No,
sorry.
No, you're good.
But I'm sure for children or high school students, it's a little bit harder to think long-term than it is to like satisfy them right now. Right?
Not if you speak to their values. That's the difference. So when you recognize, and this is helpful, actually right now the principal of our school started reading this book called 10 to 25. If you are a teacher, parent, anybody that cares about kids, read 10 to 25. And it's all about the fact that it's not that our students cannot think long term, it's that they can for stuff they value. That's self-motivation for all of us, not just teens, right? If there's something that we value that's on the line, we're way more likely to go do said thing than not. So you've got to hit the intrinsic stuff, the stuff that really matters, the values, the goals, the stuff that actually makes us feel something. Yeah, for sure.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense. So I think you've already answered difference between surface level motivation and long lasting.
Yeah.
How can people create motivation when they just don't feel it?
So that's really important, only because like, even with these goals and these values, you're still not going to feel like it sometimes. And even the intrinsic stuff is not going to always get us up and move. So we have to create some strategies that can be really helpful. One that I taught my students is just go do it for 5 minutes. 5 minutes is a time that our brain is like, oh, that's nothing. 5 minutes, I can do anything for 5 minutes.
So fast.
And you know what? If 5 minutes feels long, do it for 1 minute. It's fine. Whatever. Just get up and go. Do it for the minute or the 5 minutes. Put a timer on and stop after 5. But I think what happens with people is they sit and they're like, well, when I'm motivated, then I'll go do it. And it's the other way around. You're not going to get that. You're going to continue to sit there and then you're going to beat yourself up for not going and doing it.
That minute turns into 10, turns into the whole day, turns into a week.
Yeah.
You're like, I could have just.
For sure.
Yeah.
But if you start with an amount of time that doesn't feel too much for your brain to handle, or you're like, oh yeah, 5 minutes, I can do 5 minutes.
And more likely than not, once you start going and you're in that 5 minutes, you're likely to continue it for even longer.
Sure.
Because you're like, oh, well, this is not hard. I'm already doing it. So
I'm already doing it. Might as well keep going. Yes. Yeah. So that's a great strategy, is just go do it for 5 minutes.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
5 minutes goes by so fast.
Yeah, for sure.
So let's see. Many people think being hard on themselves is the only way to push forward. So why is self-compassion actually better for long-term motivation?
Yeah. So just like what we were just talking about, when you don't get up and do it because you're waiting to feel motivated, then a really tough cycle can happen where you're hard on yourself. Well, being hard on yourself is not going to make you do it. And so some people think that, well, I can't just like be soft on myself. Like I need to be hard on myself and hold myself accountable. Yeah, but you can do that with self-compassion.
Sure.
You don't have to beat yourself up
Right.
to go do something,
Yeah.
right? You can because what self-compassion is, it's accountability for what hasn't been done, but it's not beating yourself up for it. It's like making a plan, and the plan starts with how I talk about myself to myself.
Yeah.
That is a strategy that we all need to do the work on. So when I don't get up and go to the gym, and I sit here and I'm like, oh man, I'm so stupid for that. Like, I'm just so lazy. I just don't, like, you see the cycle that's happening. Just why am I going to get up? Why would I go do anything when I'm talking to myself like that?
Right.
Whereas I can be like, dang, missed a couple days. That doesn't feel awesome. I'm going tomorrow. Or I'm going to drop down and do 5 push-ups right now.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Set the timer.
Yeah. Go do it for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how we speak to ourselves, the self-compassion piece, is way more likely to have us do something for a longer period of time. Some people need someone, like you've told me this before, that you need like a Julianne Michaels, like yelling at you like, come on, Kassandra, you can do this. Da, 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 da. That would never work for me. So this goes back to self.
Yes.
This goes back to knowing yourself well,
sure,
and being able to communicate that. Yeah. Someone doing that to me wouldn't work. Yeah. My coaches yelling at me didn't work. I shut down. So learning self-compassion and speaking to ourselves, our self-talk, how we talk to ourselves when we're not motivated matters. Saying to ourselves, it's okay that I don't feel motivated right now. There's going to be a lot of times I don't feel motivated. What can I do for 2 minutes? What can I do for 5 minutes? That is so much different than beating ourselves up for not doing said thing.
So if you were talking to somebody else, somebody that you loved, you wouldn't be hard and mean to them. You'd try to be like a little more uplifting.
We would hope so.
Right?
We would hope so. We're not parents. No. That is a goal of ours, is to be parents, right? Yeah. But I think it's very frustrating for parents when their kids aren't doing what they're supposed to do, right? So the yelling at them feels like, oh my God, it feels like the thing to do in the moment. However, if that conversation was more like, okay, you missed a homework assignment, or you missed a couple homework assignments. What can we do different? What can we do different? Yeah. Why does this matter? Right? Asking these questions. Why does this matter? Yeah. Right? But you're right in that we are way harder on ourselves than we should. And oftentimes we're our biggest bullies. So yes, definitely. Of course, like we wouldn't talk to a loved one like that because we wouldn't want to hurt them. Yes. Okay, well, we're our loved one, right? So let's not talk to ourselves like that. That's not going to be motivating. Yeah. It's just not. And if you are a person that needs like a personal trainer, a personal coach or whatever, know yourself well enough to know that that's what's going to be motivating to you. Again, though, my opinion, if you're going for the long haul, it has to be something that comes from inside of you. Sure. And the way that we talk to ourselves matters so much, especially when it comes to feeling like doing something or not. Yeah.
Let's see. What's the next one? I think you answered actually my last question on my little note card.
What is it? What was it?
How can someone design an environment that emotionally supports motivation?
Okay, well, there's more. Tell us. Will do.
Tell me more.
So definitely the self-talk. right? So our environments are everywhere that we show up to,
Sure.
right? Our homes, our offices. In my case, my office literally at school and the place where I actually teach my class.
Mm-hmm.
So our spaces matter.
Yeah.
And having things in our spaces that remind us of our goals and values, such as a vision board or a calendar that has some cool quotes on it, or there's apps out there that like are very motivating and inspirational, right? Make a list of your values and put it up in a place. Do 100 dreams list and look at it. You know, make the time to look at it. Have your phone give you a inspirational quote every day, or a question, a prompt to answer.
I like that one.
Yeah.
Like that.
So that's something we can do in our environments. The people we decide to be around, if we can help it. And the thing for my students is they don't get a ton of choice right now in their lives. They're starting to get more choice in terms of who they hang around.
Yeah.
Right. So I tell them to choose wisely, because who we are around makes a difference. If you are a person that is trying to have some more motivation and dig into your values and have those move you forward, don't necessarily hang around people that are going to be complaining and being negative all the time. And it's like, oh, vision boards are stupid, or no, why would I do that?
Yeah.
Well, right, because they say that we're the average of the people we hang around most. Well, if you hang around some pretty motivated people, that's probably going to rub off on you. Yeah. So not just the space physically, but the space that we have with the people that we spend time with in our lives. And, you know, that sometimes means there's some people you're not going to hang out with because they don't fill your cup. You know,
say that's draining.
Yes. Yeah. You know, we used to call them energy vampires. You don't want to be around people that when you leave them, you're like completely depleted. When you leave people and you're like, oh shoot,
look at hang out again.
Right. Those mark it. When are we hanging out next? Let's put it on the calendar. Yeah. So the people we hang around, and then other things and listen, I was not a reader. I was not a reader. I struggled tremendously in school with reading comprehension because my mind was always going in different places. However, so much that I have learned that has been beneficial to me as a person, me as a teacher, me as a partner, has been from books. I listen to them now because sitting there and reading, my brain's going to go everywhere. But if someone's talking to me, and this is why this works for me, if someone's talking to me, I'm listening. That's what I do all. Yes, I do that all day. Right. I'm listening to teenagers or a parent or a teacher or my principal. Right. So everything that I do, I'm like trained to listen. So now I do books on Audible, and someone's reading to me. And I specifically choose books. I try to, as much as I can, that the author reads the book. Because they know all the important stuff they put in there. Right. And so I highly, highly, highly recommend books. If books are not your thing, then at least do podcasts or TED Talks. There's great TED Talks out there. So find a way to where we're learning and where we're engaging in things that are actually going to fill us up and make us feel good. That's how we can make a difference in our space, for sure.
I love it.
Yeah, it's important.
Super.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Yes.
Anything you want to wrap up? Self-motivation? I
think the last thing I want to talk about is discipline. So this is probably discipline and like resilience. So the other part of motivation that is really, really important and what doesn't get talked about enough is that if you're not motivated, but you're disciplined, you will still get quite a lot done. So discipline, I think, takes people farther a lot of times than motivation, because there's so many things in our lives that we're not going to feel like doing. So ergo, we are not motivated. But if I'm disciplined, I'm going to do it anyway. And when things get hard, I'm not going to give up because I have discipline. And being gritty and working through things. And I used to ask the question, can you teach grittiness? Can you teach resilience? I don't think you can teach it, like tell people it and they learn it necessarily. I think the best way we learn resilience is going through hard things. And because we're humans, we all go through hard things. And so getting up when you fall, that is resilience. Right?
That's true.
So the more we continue to get up when we fall, we build our resilience muscle, which comes into play with motivation. Because when I don't feel like doing it, but I have great habits and I'm going to be disciplined to those habits, and even if it's hard, I'm still going to do it, then the motivation will come because I'm still going to do the thing, even though I don't feel like doing it.
Sure.
That also goes back to the values, right?
Your purpose.
Yes. If I am disciplined to my values, if I'm disciplined to my purpose, if I'm disciplined to my passion, if I'm disciplined to my joy, if these are things I consistently continue to put at the forefront of my mind and heart, then I will be disciplined to those things even when I'm not motivated.
Makes sense.
So discipline and resilience, must-haves.
Have to.
Yes, because it's never going to be a thing that someone feels motivated all the time. It's just not.
Yeah.
It just won't. So know yourself, know your values. That will bring that intrinsic motivation, right? There's something to actually work for. Speak to yourself kindly with compassion and do something for 5 minutes, right? Those are, I think, the things that can be really, really helpful when someone's not feeling motivated, like they want to do something.
That's awesome. That's some great tips.
Thanks, babe.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Of course.
That's great.
I love talking about this stuff. It's so great.
I know you do.
Yeah.
It's obvious when you talk about it, how passionate you are about it.
Yeah, it's just stuff that I've had to learn on my own. And so I am honored that I get to actually teach this to my students. And then it's like, well, my students aren't the only one that needs to hear this stuff. Other people need to hear it. So here we are.
Yeah. So people can watch this, teach their kids, watch it with their kids.
100%.
Yeah.
Please do. Please do. And also reach out if there's another topic that you might want me to talk about. I'm no expert in anything, but I am a teacher and I do learn a lot. I love learning and personal growth. Personal growth and development is a love and passion of mine. And so I'm always listening to books and all of that. So
I'm sure people will have questions.
Sure.
Ask away. Comments.
Ask away. Ask all the questions. If there's anything that y'all may want me to talk about, let me know. I'll do it.
So what's pillar number 4? What's next episode gonna be?
The next one's, I was going to say it's my favorite, but I think it just, I was going to say it's the most important. I know. What is it?
What is it?
Empathy.
Oh, yeah.
And some people might not put empathy in emotional intelligence.
Really?
But like if you ask someone like, oh, what do you think the 5 pillars of emotional intelligence would be? Right. But probably they wouldn't say empathy. I can't wait to talk to you about empathy.
I'm excited for that one. Might need to just go change and do it right now.
All right, y'all. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you.
Are you ready?
No.
Deuces.
Mimosas.
Yes. What? Why are there balloons?
Happy birthday.